Hi guys, it's me again. Um, just letting you know. Hold on a sec. I'm gonna hide my shredded bed from my cats. um, I did not have the surgery. They did not clear me. I have to get an echo next month. Um, Something came back weird on my EKG, so the anesthesia people said, nope, we're not touching her. And that's okay, because I really wasn't ready for it. Um, but anywho, it's happy Sunday. This is just in the raw again. Um, I don't like Sundays because I have to get back up tomorrow and go to a job that I'm just not really fond of. And that is the honest to God truth. Um, but, you know, I'm grateful. I'm grateful I have a job. I'm grateful I have money to pay my bills. But anywho, the whole grief thing, I've been going to a grief counselor. Her name is Glynis. She is amazing. She talked with me about journaling, which I've done that since like 2007. I did that when I first got sober, and I think that's what really helped me to get sober and maintain it. When you get your thoughts down on paper and you can reflect back on how that day was, and then the next day, and then the following day, you see your progress. You see it very clearly when you get your thoughts down on paper. I think that it helps you make progress. And so with the whole grief thing that I've been going through, short little story, I went yesterday to a place here in town called Suttles. My mom loved a sun-ripened tomato. That was the whole reason I planted them, started gardening, um, was for my mom. And I went there yesterday, very apprehensive. I thought, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this, because I am so used to having her by my side and getting under her arm and making sure she gets over the gravel with her walker. And I went in there and they didn't have any tomatoes. So I was so disappointed. But we've been having a massive heat wave here in the Midwest, and I am so ready for fall. I can't wait. I'm all Halloween, all pumpkin season, all that spice stuff. Um, so summer needs to take a hike and get out of here, and it will help alleviate the electric bills as well. But anywho, I left there and I was just in massive tears, um, thinking about her and how much she loved going to that little stand and picking out fresh produce and stuff we could make at home. But it was a little bit of closure for me. Um, Still a remembrance of my mom, because she was my whole life. Um, we worked together, we lived together, I took care of her. And so that's all part of the grief process, is just realizing that everywhere you go, there you are, or there they are. And it's a hard thing to get through. But I think if we can just do it with grace and have tears and let those emotions out, that just makes us stronger. It helps us to move forward in life despite missing our loved ones. So that was my story from yesterday. I also, this morning, I got up super early on a Sunday, which my body is kind of programmed now to get up early. I get up about 4:30 in the morning and go to work by 7. And but I've been kind of just searching YouTube on how to maybe create a side income for people like me, because like right now I am in panic mode. I I don't even know how to describe it. I guess I was just tucked under my mom and dad's wings my whole life. They always took care of our needs. They were always there whenever we'd have financial problems, emotional problems, anything like that. Mom and Dad were always there as our cushion, as our safety net. And now they're not. And it's a hard thing to have to go through daily. And but I really think that with life, you know, we have our good points, and then we have these just massive grief ambushes that come in. And I think the best way to get through it is just to cry it out, let it go, even talk to yourself. And sometimes, you know, we're our worst enemy, but we can also be our best friend. I've learned that a lot in the past 6 months, that there's a lot of time where you have to just kind of sit and just kind of have a conversation with yourself, because maybe your loved one isn't there for you to talk to. But I was searching through YouTube, and I found a lady on there. Her name is Stephanie Gass. She was very inspiring. It's about starting. If you feel like you have God-given gifts, use them. And don't wait for the perfect time, because there's never going to be a perfect time. So I'm just kind of putting out there that anybody in recovery, struggling with alcohol, grief, use your God-given talents to pick up those hobbies that you lost in the past. Grab your paper and your pen, journal it out, get it out of your system. Don't let it just sit there and just boil up, because it's going to explode. So I'm going to be trying to do some artwork, because I loved art my whole life. And I seriously thought that one day I would go to art school. But alcohol consumed me, took 20 years of my life, and now I'm back at square one. Which is okay, because I still have those God-given talents and those gifts. And I want to be able to put them out there and help others, maybe who are in recovery, trying to discover a hobby or a God-given talent that has been given to us, and repurpose that. Put it out there. Let people see what you can do. Maybe teach them. Show them that no matter what you go through in life, those talents are still there. And they're very, very crucial, and people need those these days. Addiction is so bad. It's so out of control that people need those outs. And I really, truly think that maybe finding a way to go back to art, to maybe start journaling, especially for grief. Maybe picking up a side gig, maybe making jewelry or setting up a store or something. It's all going to help your mind, your hands, everything keep busy. Idle time is the devil's time. My dad was very correct on that one. So we have to dig deep, maybe pray on it, ask God for guidance. And I think that if you open your heart and your mind to that, maybe it could set you up for a good little side gig, or maybe even just a hobby, something to keep you busy, keep your hands and mind busy. That is the most important thing about recovery, and especially going through grief and loss. So I pray that everybody out there can hear this, maybe resonate with it, understand what I'm talking about, because it's so easy just to go back to the old habits. But why not make a fresh start? Why not make new habits, things that are productive and healthy, that we can do to process our grief, to get through this grief, and to get us on a good path, maybe even have a side gig. So, but anywho, have a blessed Sunday. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.